Welcome to Formalize, the data acquisition solution created with Python and Streamlit. Formalize has cross-industry, cross-department applicability. It is particularly suited to research, academic and clinical trial functions. To save time, I have already created a project. Let's give a unique ID for the project. A descriptive project name. A workgroup email ID. Quiz is for examinations. Questionnaire is for other project types. URL is for anonymous data collection. We will only demo the login option in this video. Only active projects can be accessed. A company or school name. After save, we conclude our project creation. User types are as follows: admin, external and internal. External users are self, who enter data by themselves, and proxy, who enter data for themselves or others. To save time, I will create the different types of users. I have created an external self or external student user and tagged him to the XM project. I have created an external proxy or external professor user and tagged him to the XM project. Though we won't be needing one for this project, I have also created an internal user. However, such a login for a quiz project can be made for a principal or a teaching supervisor. Let's log in as admin. Use the designer. Choose the required project. And download the quiz template. A quiz template must abide by the following rules. Mainly, there should be no structural changes, no inserted blank lines. This is the column structure of a quiz template. For all filled rows in a quiz template, the page name can be either blank, a common name or multiple name which are grouped together. A widget name can be either one of the 10 provided names. Examiner login must be the first entry, occur only once in the template, and must contain the login ID of the professor correcting the examination quizzes. All other widgets can occur one or more times in any order. Only the yellow widgets get data from the student and must have a numeric value in the marks allocated column. A widget label is normally a question that a student will respond to when taking the quiz. Widget options list is a list of items for the drop-down and the radio button widgets. Correct response is the information that the professor can reference while correcting a student's paper. Marks allocated are the marks the student will acquire if he or she answers the question correctly. Here's an example of a filled quiz template. For greater flexibility and control, you can also create the entire quiz manually. This will be discussed in the next video. Or you can suitably modify the quiz widgets as required. Now that the quiz template has been created, let's upload it into the Formalize application so that it can generate our quiz. Let's log in as a student and take the quiz. A page name has been automatically created for us. All widgets above the General Section widget have been auto-created for us. This is the text area widget, which requires a descriptive response. A text input widget. A radio button widget. A multi-select drop-down widget. A checkbox widget and a latex expression widget. A number widget. Responses data can be incrementally and/or finally saved by the student. Let's log in as the professor and correct the student answer paper. The logged-in professor chooses the student paper in order to correct it. Student ID and name are barred from modification. Student responses are also barred from modification by the professor. The professor can only reference the correct response and assign the marks for a given question, as well as enter a personal grading note or comment, if so required. In this question, because the student response matched the correct defined answer, it has been auto-graded. The internal use section has also been auto-created. The professor can click on the checkbox to lock the paper correction and timestamp it. This must be saved before exiting. Now let's log in as the professor and see the available reports. The professor has the forms and listing report options only. The forms report generates an HTML output of the answer paper based on the professor login. Notice that the output has all the fields that were visible to the professor. See the difference in output when the same form report is generated by an internal user. The internal user has a different set of login-dependent reports. A formalized listing can give a tabular output of data, which can also be downloaded as an HTML report. This is an example of an additional admin report. This concludes our quiz section. Please watch the questionnaire section in the next video.